Hello, thank you so much for watching part one of our interview. Okay, so in the previous episode, for those who have not quite seen it yet, me and Ike talked about, how Ike was able to survive a very tumultuous past from, starting from scratch, going to seven figures twice over, and really how he's been able to constantly maintain and work on his, incredible mindset. In this interview, in part two, we're going to be talking about, how to create limitless beliefs. This is one of the, major keys on how Ike has been able to, create so much success for himself, and how, we can start to do that in our own lives as well. If that's what you're interested in, I recommend you watch the rest of this interview. I can't wait to see you later. So let me ask you this, right? So, so there are two things that I'm thinking. So, is it more than just the inner critic, or is it also the patterns? For example, if you quiet your inner critic, can you still be living with the negative patterns that are also causing it, but now there's just nothing to alert you?
Yeah, definitely. So, we are a function of the beliefs that we hold, right? Once we change our beliefs, then we can start taking actions that are consistent with a new set of beliefs. But therein lies the rub, is you actually have to take action. And so if you identify a limiting belief, you have to create an unlimiting belief. You have to create a limitless belief. But beyond just creating that limitless belief, you actually have to take action to live into that, to completely change the pattern of thought, behavior, and actions and habits that flowed out of your old limited belief system. So that's how you start, shifting the tide, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and actually embracing that.
Okay. Interesting. So, what are some mindset activities, since you said you're doing them like every single day, that you do
Mhm.
that they can do and then start to add action to, kind of later? So, what are some exercises?
Yeah, so awareness is a really big key. So it's taking a journal. Like
Mm.
if you go back to the whole idea of the inner critic, one of the exercises is to just spend a day, spend 3 days, spend a whole week and record how often you're critical about the things that you do. Simple things like, oh man, I slammed the door incorrectly. And when you start taking inventory of just how critical you are, you recognize the impact of all of that negative feedback in terms of how it's
Mm.
impacting. So you become more aware. You become aware of the limiting beliefs that are maybe supporting that quickness to be critical. And then what you do is you simply take the opposite of that, right? You create a new limitless belief about yourself, what you believe you're truly capable of. But a really important piece to that is to also create an evidence book. It's like, what evidence do you have
Mm.
to support this new limiting belief? And oftentimes, if you dig deep, you may have to go back decades to be able to find something, but you always have to find something that you can anchor that new belief in, because otherwise it's going to be very fuzzy and you're not going to really buy into it. So those are some things that you can definitely do, on a daily basis. Visioneering, definitely helps. Creating very strong visual images and pictures about where it is that you're going, what it is that you're doing, who you're becoming, and kind of holding that on a daily basis. Creating some really incredible affirmations that live into the new belief systems that you have that correlate with the visual images that you have, and reciting that 2 to 3 minutes in the morning,
Mm.
2 to 3 minutes before you go to bed. Again, it's part of the reprogramming process that you're putting your mind through.